And when it comes to reskilling and upskilling, I think in more developed countries, we are trying to figure out in what way to do it. And there is a lot of thinking that is going into it. But maybe something that we need to actually improve even more is how do we do it well in emerging countries? If you put your academic hat on, what would be some of your suggestions? And potentially even like, do you see the role of the GSMA in any of that?
Thank you. If you just permit me just to talk about reskilling and upskilling. Some of you have heard of Eric Brynjolfsson, and he's done a lovely paper on a contact center where he applied generative AI. And he lists 4 or 5 results of it. The first 2 are reduction of average handling time and customer satisfaction. The 3 other that he talks about is how there's a greater uptake of AI by the individuals who are running the contact center. And then he talks about how the generative AI helped those who are the most least developed in terms of as contact center agents. They improved their performance, and it also led to a reduction in attrition. Now, so the question about reskilling or upskilling sits here, which is that how does the C-suite enable a team to produce a solution like this? So it's about enabling a team to think up of a solution using AI, by which it's not just about reduction of average handling time and so on and so forth. It's about the better functioning of a team and reduction of attrition. If you think about in emerging countries, labor is relatively cheaper. And so there's a natural attitude to say, well, why do I need to spend money on an expensive AI personnel? Why do I need to spend so much money on this sort of software when I can employ 5, 10, 15 people to manually work and do that on Excel? And from the regions that I work in, this is a real challenge. I think that it's important for those of us from the developed countries where if there's a safe way to share our implementations, safe way to share our learnings. I understand the competitive aspect, and obviously we all need to observe that. I think there's also where GSMA can actually help fund development of these sort of AI-centric culture incubation centers, such that the fears of the C-suite in terms of having to spend so much money and not necessarily see the ROI, it can alleviate that fear. The critical thing really, and that's the bottom line, is that we need to make our learnings, positive and learnings in our journey to establish AI culture available across the world.